Booyala mama eh, booyala mama eh, booyala mama eh, booyala mama eh. Welcome, this is Ababa Ezioku from the Wayhand Foundation, and I'm so glad that you're tuning in on this festivity today, the Memorial Day celebration, as we hold a tribute to our ancestors and again honoring those who came before us. We have a plethora of performers, teachers, doctors, and professionals sharing today. We have many countries here represented in this particular festivities today. One of the other elements too, we're also honoring a new ancestor, which would be Nipsey Hussle, who transitioned a few weeks ago. And again, this is honoring our ancestors and also lifting up those ancestors who came before us and made the sacrifice for us. The Memorial Day celebration was a result of the soldiers in the Union Army. The slaves were burying and honoring those fallen soldiers and went on to honor and bury the soldiers in the Confederate camps. So it's traditional since 1886 that we're honoring the fallen heroes, not to ignore Malcolm, Sojourner, Fred Hampton. The litany of names goes on. So thank you. The Weekend Foundation, we're into literacy education, educational empowerment, and also this is also the headquarters for the Kingdom Day Parade with Dr. Adrian Dove, who is the president and CEO of the Kingdom Day Parade and also the president of CORE, Congress of Racial Equality, California. So I thank everybody for coming aboard because this is a monument occasion, getting our communities is coming together because of young folks that put this together are millennials. So it's now an opportunity for us to bring these links together to bridge the generational gap, and it's honored to have these young folks design, produce, and also be present in this day's celebration. I thank you. I would say hotel.
time I'm either in Leimert Park or at a place like Justin mentioned, Shades of Africa. When I see an abundance of melanin beings, I feel love. Like I just feel love. I feel like I'm drowning in love, honestly. Like because I appreciate what it took for them to get here, or it took for us to remain. And so, you know, like my mentor, he actually bought me a book, The Destruction of Black Civilization, by Chancellor Williams. And just he bought it here in Leimert Park. So every time we get done with our information meeting, you know, he lives in Long Beach, I live in Long Beach, so you know, out of the car, he takes me down to Long Beach. You know, he drops me off at home. But you know, before he does that, you know, he has, for some reason, he just has to stop by the Aki Bamboo, and he has to get something to eat there. We get something to eat there, and then we go to the bookstore. And I think Leimert Park is just so instrumental in my development as a, you know, on my journey into Black consciousness. And so this event, being on a panel, receiving the encouragement from the elders, is definitely the highlight of my day.
The power of creating space is one that can never be underestimated, in the sense that whether it's a Harvest Day festival where we're creating space outdoors and we're creating space for vendors and a stage for us to sit on and talk, whether it's SO1 bookstore, buying some land to put a bookstore there, whether it's Shades of Africa, there's tremendous power to be felt and to be harnessed in creating space for us as Black people. And you feel the love, but you also feel the power. When I step into these spaces, I don't step in them as a small fish in a big pond. I don't feel overwhelmed. I feel right at home. I feel a real surge in my being, and that's power. That's the ancestors, that's the spirits, that's everything flowing in the same direction, and that all came from creating that space.
It's important because doing the book club, Maria, we do it across the street.
We go to S1 then.
We go to S1 right after these books.
Yeah.
We do this purposely. Like, so we're gonna support this business, and support that business, and we're gonna be right here. So I have to. It's been real for me because she's brought me back to this area, and I've been around Leimert. Like I grew up not too far from here, and I never came here unless it was just to get some food. It just didn't feel like I fit. Just like I feel like a lot of people around the neighborhood, like I don't know if they felt like they fit. So it was important for me to come, and it's important for me to continue coming to more events like this to show a relatable face, a relatable look to those people who don't feel like they're supposed to come over here, because I don't want this to die. I don't want this neighborhood to die. And I believe that it can grow, and I want to see some younger faces. There has to be younger faces, or else it will. So not just on the panel, but in that crowd, it will not. So that's why this is important for us to do.
This was really important for me because I kind of keep my goals to myself, but like one of my goals is I want to perform in Leimert this year, and like it happened, and I was just like, wow, like manifestation is real. Yeah. So I mean, it's just really amazing that that was the opportunity that I was able to have, but it's just so important because like this is where I'm at every day. You know, I'm in this neighborhood, and literally every day I work up the street, and so it just felt amazing to be able to be a part of this, and then also feel important as a millennial because oftentimes you kind of just going through life doing what you got to do, and you don't really feel like your voice matters or anything that you're doing is important because you're like, well, you know, I'm 20, like what does it matter what I'm doing? But it's just like, and people want to hear what you have to say, and it was amazing hearing all the adults like wanting to hear what we had to say about what's going on. Like it shows that they really care about, you know, what we're doing, because we are the future. We're gonna get older, and then we're gonna have to be the ones that are carrying the torch. So I think it's important that we're here today and doing what we're doing, and it was just a great opportunity. I'm thankful for every single thing. Just really grateful.
Well, I always believe that when we're born, we have a mission to fulfill. Yeah, yes, we have talents that we're here to discover or rediscover, right? So when I got to LA, the first place. Should I keep going? Okay. So when I first got to LA, well, I used to visit for 10 years. I basically spent like almost 10 years before I got the guts to move. and I fell in love with Leimert. So when I moved here, I had a whole other plan. So I was gonna live in West Hollywood with one of my friends. That fell through. I actually moved to Angeles Vista, which is like 2 blocks up. I could walk. So I was kind of like, Leimert is the move. I mean, I fell in love with it 2 years prior. This is for a reason. Let me come down here. So the more I started visiting Leimert, the more I fell in love with Leimert. And I'm like, this is a movement that people are kind of overlooking. When I was looking for a permanent place to live, they said, oh, stay west of the 110 and stay north of the 10. Obviously, it's below the 10. I said, okay, nah. Because obviously the pulse of what goes on is in black areas. Hate it or love it. So I said, I gotta stay here. Because with Leimert, it's a movement. It's cultural, it's community-based, it's spiritual, it's entrepreneurial. It's pretty much gonna dictate how LA, at least black LA, like just at the bottom at least, and going up to LA, how it moves forward. Like all eyes are on California right now, especially Crenshaw. And that's thanks to Nipsey Hussle. As unfortunate as it could be passed, all eyes are on this district in terms of what is gonna come out here next. So for me, I was like, oh, I gotta stay. When it's time to find a permanent place, I said, I gotta stay here in Leimert. I can't. I feel like I have no choice but to stay here. And I do stay here. I stay 2 blocks down the road and walk home if I wanted to. Because I feel like the mission is, of all places, it could be in LA, but I feel like it's here. So I have to work, play, live, and serve here. There's no other option.
Kwame Ture teaches us that consciousness is never individual, but it is always collective. And with that, I take that as I can get a book from SOI and I can read it and I can get what I need from it, but really it's for nothing if I don't sit with somebody else who hasn't read it and teach them on it, right? When it comes to knowledge, really, it's the duty, it's the obligation of those who are consuming it to exchange it, right? If I go to SOI and I pick up a book by Huey P. Newton and I read the book and I keep it to myself, I'm betraying Huey P. Newton because I'm not sharing with anybody else, right? So understanding the value to be gained from that is not just so I can hold on and boost myself up and say, well, look, I've read X amount of books, what are y'all doing? Right, that's another 5 if I'm not doing that same amount of work once I do get it for myself.
We're trying to do exactly what he's saying. Like we're reading and coming together to share our thoughts.
Channel the grief. It's a big loss of the community.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, I mean, he showed us the way. Like he's who he became who he is because of the knowledge that he gained, and he shared that. So we're trying to do the same thing, and we're trying to talk about what we're learning, putting it into action. We'll even refer back to the books that we read before, so we can continue on those lessons and put a plan into action. I believe we got some stuff going on, right?
I mean, we do. We got these 3 other chapters that form. So we had a book club out here. The whole point was to have it at a black-owned business. Then when it's done, you support another black-owned bookstore. Because I know the ones in Atlanta, some of those are dying out because they're not supported. So I was like, okay, we got to keep them in business. And even Malik Books over at Crenshaw Mall, they support. They have a Nipsey Hussle table. I refer them to SO1 or Malik, just as long as you shop blacks, somebody. So, so train of thought. Oh yeah, so with that, it was, we just wanted to do something productive with the grief, right? When you lose somebody like this, you can be destructive with how you channel that, or you can be constructive. So with us, I'd rather take the constructive route. So now we have a chapter that's about to start in Brooklyn, Chicago about to do their first meeting, DC had their first meeting. I'm about to start partnering with an online LA-based club out here. If you can't come to any of the meetings, you can fool with them. It's not about a competition. Just as long as y'all are out here reading books and acquiring knowledge and then helping somebody else and exemplifying what you learn, that's most important for the book club. And me and Joe don't attach ourselves personally to it at all. It'll be very rare to find out who owns it based on how we present it, because we don't want it to be about an individual effort.
The only reason that we would put yourselves out there individually is just for the attention. She has a huge.
I use my platform to promote the book club. I would never use the book club to promote myself.
Exact same thing. I have followers. I have the podcast, and I promote the book club. We don't want no money out of nothing.
We don't want no clout either. We don't want none of that.
That's why we haven't come up with we haven't
It's not
had
it's
any
free.
merchandise.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we don't want anybody to have a thought in their mind that we're trying to profit out of it.
And we tell the other chapters the same way. Make sure that you're clout free and you're community based. If you're not for profit, I don't want to have to be the sheriff and be like, okay, you guys are profiting, because obviously Nipsey is hot too.
Yeah.
So we just don't want people to
blast,
be real.
if you are trying to gain some powder, gain profit. And now, if one day the Marathon wants to collab with us and have a Nipsey Hussle book club shirt or some kind of merchandise, fine. That's the only way. That's the only way.
Honestly, if Sam and them was like, hey, stop it right now and give it to us, I give it up. It don't belong to me. It belongs to the community and his family. Okay, so when you say about a large following, right? It's alright. It's okay. But with Spiritual Homegirl, that's exactly what I do. It's about bettering yourself in spirit from a homegirl, just like you perspective. But it's about bettering yourself so you can better the world around you, starting with your community. So I have my podcast. I bring different people on for different perspectives. You can take it or leave it. It's not for me to tell you to do either one, but it's there. So I do that. I also want to start doing events in Leimert very soon. I mean, this is home for me, so I might as well start doing events, whether it's paid or whether it's free, just to make sure that people understand I am here and I am here to help. So that's what I'm going to do.
I feel like we should really start a coalition, like a programming team in Leimert Park.
We love Leimert.
Is that We Love Leimert?
Yeah, so I snuck out before the panel. Y'all said I was in the cut. I actually had snuck out to Chaos because We Love Leimert just had their first planning meeting today about doing programming that's going to change the narrative of Leimert as well as move it forward.
We got a body with my head.